we have the points minus 5, 8 and the point 3 minus 8 on the same graph. Everybody cool with that? 5, 8 and 3 minus 8. So, what it is there's a point X and a point Y. X is up here, Y is down here. And what happens is somewhere along this line, I can put in a point P, which will be in red. And I can place this point P in such a position that the length of P to X will be 3 times the distance from P to Y. Does that make sense to you guys? Now, if I draw this on my graph, somebody give me the 2 points for that one again. Oh, there. I'm going to load a new one. Perfect. What were the 2 points?
Minus 5, 8.
Minus 5, 8, yeah. 3 minus 8, no. And 3 minus 8, yeah. Okay. Then 3 minus 8. All right. Here's a really handy way of doing this. You don't necessarily need to see it either. Now, what's bad about this one is, what's the difference from minus 5 to 3? How far across do you have to go to get from minus 5 to 3? That's the first thing I'm going to ask you. Look at the x values. Minus 5 to 3, what's the gap? 8 directly to the right. Would you agree with that? What's the gap from 8 down to minus 8? 16 directly down. Get 3/4 of that, because when you add 3 and 1 together, you get 4. One of the lengths is going to be 3/4, the other length is going to be 1/4. I'd like you to get 3/4 of 8. What do you get? 6 across 3/4 of 16? 12. So get this. Just add on 6 and take away 12. Why are you taking away 12? Because you're going from 8 down to, it's minus 16 because you're going downwards. So what's the answer then? Add on 6 to minus 5 and add on minus 12 to 8. And what you get? Come on, guys. 1 minus 4. And let's see if it checks out. Does it look roughly right? 1 minus 4, is it? Okay. So, graph isn't lending itself to me today. 1 minus 4. Okay. I'm going to shrink this whole thing because I can't fit it all in. Now there it is there, a bit nicer. Now does it look like it's in the ratio of 1/4 is to 3/4? You could measure it out, it definitely is. Yeah, that's 1/4 is to 3/4 all day long. Alright, I did that one. I did 2. You guys try 4. Off you go.
Sir, what did you do once you got the 8 by 3/4 and minus 16 by 1/4?
I just moved it in that direction. I'll show you now. Lads, A to B is that's A. That's clearly C though, but that's A. That's B. And then there's a point somewhere somewhere in between where it's a ratio of 3/5 is to 2/5. Where do I get that from? Add them together. So 3/5. Now, what's the gap from 5 to 1? It travels from 5 to 1, so that's minus. Everybody be happy with minus 4? So minus 4 to x, which means 4 to the left. How much to the y value? Now do me a favor. Get 3/5 of 4 and 3/5 of 2. What you get? 3/5 of 4 and then 3/5 of 2. What's 3/5 of 4? Decimals, is it? Can't hear you. I'll just do it myself. Four times 3/5. 12 over 5, otherwise known as 2.4. Yeah, it is, yeah. Because we're going to the left, 2.4. Alright. And then we're going down. How much are we going down? 2. So I have to do minus 2 with that. And that's 1.2. Give me a sec. Alright. Here's what I started off with. I started off with 5, 0. Now what happens if I take those numbers away from 5, 0? From 5, 0, I'm going to take away 5, 0, I'm going to take away 2.4 and 1.2. So what do I get? Anybody? 2.6 and minus 1.2. Let's look at that. 2.6 is there and 1.2 is there. Is it exactly halfway? What would be a good way of checking it in a test? Just a little cheat way of doing it. If I measure this up now, I can calibrate mine. I have a real cheat to this. I can calibrate mine. I can calibrate mine to 5 centimeters. Look at that. A 2:5 ratio. First one's 2, second one is 3. It's perfect. Right? Nothing wrong with it. We all good? Alright. Lovely. Alright. Question 7 of your Tinker game. A is 2 minus 3, B is xy, wherever that is. The point P divides AB in the ratio of 2:1. No bother, I actually think I can almost do this without, the graph. Right? So let's get this right. That's A. B, just for argument's sake, is here. And A to P is twice as long as, that's twice as long as P to B. Does that make sense? I need to move P slightly. About there, is it? Did everybody agree A to P roughly twice the size of P to B there? Right, awesome. Now, without drawing it, here's what I'm thinking. P is 6,1. Would you agree with that? Now, how'd you go from 2 to 6? 2 to 6, how much does it take? 4. 4 to x, or if you want 4 to the right. And then minus 3 goes up to 1, so what does that mean? 4 up. Alright? So that means 4 upwards, right? Divide that by 2, because that distance is twice as long as the distance P is going to travel to B. So what happens when you divide it by 2? Plus 2 to x and plus 2 to y. So where do you think B is going to be then? Add it on. And you get? Anybody? Add it on and you get? 8, 3. Okay? And if you aren't too sure, here's what I need you to do if you aren't too sure. We'll just draw them out and we'll check them out. Can somebody call out those 3 points for me in a second? I'll draw them accurately. What are the 3 points we want? Come on lads, what are the 3 points I just did? 2 minus 3, yeah? Oh, for 1 sec. Always run out of space. Alright, thanks. 2 minus 3, yeah. Next one? 6, 1. And then after that? 8, 3. Right. Has to be collinear. Why does it have to be collinear? Why? All on the same line. Suppose 2 across 2 down is 4 across 4 up is twice as long as 2 across 2 up. Everybody cool with that? We nailed it. It's fun. It's perfect. Nothing wrong with it. Okay? That's your answer. Without the diagram and with a perfect diagram. Answer is 8-3. Yes?
I think we should draw that line, like when we're doing it.
Yeah, well, now, I don't know what A is. I don't really know what B is either. the grey start. But now a half a point each. So A is here, and B somewhere, I don't know, somewhere around here, right? Now, what I do know is I can join A and B in a straight line. And what I also know is that AC is longer than AB. So everybody cool with that? AC is longer than AB, everybody cool? Just above halfway because it's a ratio of 4 is to 3, somewhere around there. Okay, next thing. X0, this is 9 minus 8, and this one here is 0y. Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say here to here. How much did I lose? I went 8 down, which is minus 8. Divide that by 4 and multiply by 3. Because 4 represents how far you went on the first go. So divide that by 4, you get minus 2. So you're only going to go 3 parts the next way, so it's going to be minus 6. So what's minus 8 minus 6? Minus 8 minus 6? Minus 14. Okay? Just to recap, you lose minus 8 on the y value, and that is 4 parts. You only want to do 3 parts for the next part. So, if 4 parts equals minus 8, you know 3 parts is only going to equal minus 6. Is that okay? Let's do the same thing for this way. So looking at here, how do you go from 0 to 9? Plus 9 to x. How many parts was that? Plus 9 to x. Going from B to C, how many parts was it? 3 parts. 3 parts ends up to be plus 9. So how much is 4 parts going to be? Huh? 4 parts is going to be plus 12. Because you divide by 3 and multiply by 4. What's 9 add on 12? 21. So the answer is 21, 0, and 0 minus 14. And then in between them is 9 minus 8. And the ratio of 4 is to 3. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. 4 minus 3 is roughly around here somewhere. That's your A value. Your B value is minus 2, 0, which is here. And then you have 2 minus 2, which is around here somewhere. Okay, so that's B, that's P. Now they're meant to be collinear, which means I should be able to use one line to draw them all. Alright, this was a rough diagram, it's nothing perfect. Okay. Now, what I can do, however, is I can say, how do you get from 4 to 2? Huh? Yeah. So, to go from A to P, I lost minus 2 to x, and then how much did I lose on the y? I actually gained, didn't I? I gained plus 1 to y. Now, to go from P to B, what did I gain and lose this time? P to B, lads? I lost minus 4. And how much did I lose on the y front? Or gain on the y front? Plus 2. Okay, comparing both sets of data to each other, what do you think? Ratio of 1 is to 2. One of them is twice as big as the other one. That's a ratio of 1 is to 2. You get that? Yeah.